caught me at a moment of weakness. Tony would be proud though. The whole inside of our Jeep is filthy. I'm kind of getting tired of getting filthy every time I sit in it. Just the things I need to touch. See, the floor mat's still dirty. We'll leave that. Ready? Oh, I missed the dusty spot right there.
So what's the plan this morning?
Well, we got a couple days here still in Vegas. We're gonna go ahead and hit a trail that we've not done before, do some exploring, see if we can cover about 150 miles all on dirt. At least that's the plan. Metro Diner. We've passed this place a few times now in the last month or so, and they look new. We're gonna give them a try. For breakfast anyway. So far so good. The coffee's great. I just ordered a blackboard special and a fruity waffle for this person right there. It's always kind of a fun thing to see new signs like that. Tortoise crossing. Like out here, you'll always see something like cattle crossing or deer crossing, even elk crossing. But tortoises, pretty cool. So having grown up in Southern California and spending a whole lot of time in the Mojave Desert out there, things like Joshua trees are a common sight for us, really. But I have to say, it is just the most bizarre thing that these guys are, what, maybe 4.5 feet tall? I've never seen anything so tiny before. And they're all over the place. Look how short they are. They're tiny. It's crazy. They're like mini Joshua trees or junior Joshua trees. But they look how healthy they are too. They're so green. And they're kind of wiry. Like we have one actually in our front yard, and it's easily 2-3 times taller than this. All the way to the base of the mountains too. It's beautiful. Man, it is absolutely beautiful out here. This is our favorite kind of trail. This is actually the old wagon route that connected the towns of Corn Creek and Alamo, and it was used during the heyday of the mining boom in southern Nevada to transport goods and supplies. It's just so cool that we could be here driving our Jeep on a trail that people used like 100 years ago. So it's pretty cool that this road actually has all these signs. I mean, it's a give and take. I feel like I'm still close to civilization, but actually the sign reminds you of the fact that there's very little cell service, if any, out in this area. They warn you for extreme weather, tell you to be prepared for it, to carry food and water, let people know where you're at just in case. Basically, beyond this point, you're out in the backcountry, which is exactly where we want to be. So before we started this trip, I always knew that we'd be getting really close to the Nellis Air Force Base boundary. In fact, Area 51 is somewhere out there. I'll bet they're watching us. Do you hear it? There are jet airplanes out there. Danger. Keep out. This is a bombing and gunnery range for the U.S. Air Force. So I've actually had people say that they don't like Nevada because there's nothing to see. For us, the person using this camera and myself, this right here, that's exactly why we love it here.
What are we doing?
There's this rocky outcrop out here with these cool cave looking things, and we just couldn't resist it. You have to check it out. That looks cool. It looks like a partially collapsed lava tube or something. There's an eye.
Or a frog or something.
Or a frog, yeah.
Has like two eyes on either side and a mouth.
Yeah. Got this black crusty stuff coming out of the rock. It's like beef jerky. Tessa's like, where's beef jerky? I see where we started from, all the way down. I don't even think you can see Corn Creek from here, but this is the old Alamo Road. All the way up and around. And all the way in that little saddle up there, you can see the road continues. That's Sheep Pass. Looks like coarse. Like, I don't know, it feels like hair, but like really coarse hair. Just crossing over Sheep Pass. I see myself a dry lake. Backdrop's amazing.
Where are we?
I'm not 100% sure, but this dry lake that we're standing on, which isn't even exactly dry, it's got a little bit of a wetness to it from the big rains that we had the other day. This right here is known as Desert Dry Lake, a completely original name. This is the easiest it's ever been to walk on a sand dune, ever. Just because it's a little bit wet. So much traction.
And you're not sinking in.
Not sinking in at all. This is awesome. Wow, what a view.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. So it's really cool. If you look right here in the sand, you see all these little patterns, these curves, these linear lines. And then you look right here on the edge of the sand dune, it has the same shape. So essentially what we're looking at in these bands, these curves, are previous edges of the sand dune.
And why can we see it?
We can see it because they're wet. So these areas that are darker are still kind of damp, like a beach. And all this right here is dry. Cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So for all the sitting that we've been doing, here's our exercise. We made it! We're at the top of the sand dune. Woo, what a view. Pretty awesome. Hey Tessa, you ready to go down? You want to go down the fast way? Ready, set, let's go. Looks like an old cabin, but the sign says it's a bat habitat. I think I need a flashlight. Let's read the sign. This is a massive tree. Yeah, the petroglyph cabin. I was right. So we just dropped into the Pahranagat Valley, and all this here was used for agriculture to help grow food for the big mines that are in the area, Pioche and Delamar. This cabin that you see right here, someone built it probably in the 1800s. No one knows for sure. There's a lot of little legends that go with it. Prominent miners who might have built it or acquired land with it on here. There was also a crime scene mystery, possibly a cattleman was murdered here in the 1890s. But the bottom line is no one knows for sure who built it or why. Whether it was a stage stop, it's possible, but what we do know is that all the stones have carvings in it, very similar to petroglyphs, but most of them resemble cattle brands or people's names. And there used to be, oh here, they made a replica of a face that was carved into one of the stones. Unfortunately, the original was stolen back in 2001. Either way, it's a really cool structure, not something we were expecting to see on this trip. I think we're definitely gonna have to come back and check it out again in the daylight. Very cool. All right, shall we continue? And we're back on pavement again. We would have stayed on dirt a little bit longer, but unfortunately we wouldn't be able to see anything anyway, so We're gonna go ahead and make it back into town and find ourselves some dinner. Here we are, the Overland Hotel. From the Overland Saloon. Cheers.